morning and welcome to TWT. Nice to have your company. Later tonight I'll be speaking with Liberal warhorse Malcolm Fraser, who is chafing at the bit to get back into the fray. That interview later. Being admitted to a hospital as a patient can be a frightening experience. But put yourself in the position of a young doctor going into a hospital for the first time, not to be treated, but to care for and be responsible for the sick. It's something all interns have to come to grips with. After 5 or 6 years of study, the young doctor suddenly has people's lives in his or her hands. People in pain expecting answers and results. For the inexperienced doctor, it is a stressful time. TWT's medical reporter, Dr. John Darcy, and a video crew have just spent 3 months monitoring a group of interns who went to work in a hospital for the first time.
Hospital, please. We've got a patient here who's post-cardiac arrest. Really? What's happened is you've had a cardiac arrest. That means your heart has stopped beating.
Several fragments.
Come with us now and meet the young people who might one day save your life.
You fellas don't faint, do you?
Lee Chambers, intern, Mount Druitt Hospital. Michael Rowlands, intern, St Vincent's Hospital.
Even the most simple procedures can turn, exceedingly dangerous.
Susan Adams, intern, St Vincent's Hospital.
Don't look so worried. Everything's fine.
Tran Tae Hien, intern, Blacktown Hospital. This is a typical city hospital. Big, bustling, organised chaos. Think hospital and you think scenes like these. Open heart surgery, intensive care, tiny babies on life support systems. But hospitals are about people. People who care for others. From the most junior member of staff to the nursing sisters and specialists, hospitals are about people.
It's been 15 years since I was an intern. I went from the carefree days of a student to the very real responsibilities of a doctor, literally overnight. They said it'd be a tough year, emotionally, physically and mentally, and they weren't joking.
Speaking to the family themselves, one of the important things they need is that real firm statement of the reality that the patient has died.
These are interns, doctors who yesterday were students. Today they begin 1 year's compulsory residency at major teaching hospitals. Today they start their working lives.
I like to believe that I can do something for people in medicine. I recognise the reality of medicine as it is today, and I know there's a lot of shortcomings in it, but I think within that system, if you're trying to do your best, you can achieve a lot. I sort of teeter between feeling really scared and feeling really excited and ready to go for it. And I don't think till Monday's over I'll really have figured out how I really do feel.
And from today they must conform because they're being judged and promotion depends on just how they perform.
Whereas 1 in 5 general surgeons in the United States is currently being sued, the figure here is more like 1 in 50. I work for the medical defence.
My view is that I want to hold on to my idealism, but it becomes more of a struggle. I've always thought that I'm just not going to lose it because everyone says you are. I'm not your classic view of a feminist, but I definitely don't think I'm the weaker sex.
I think, on the whole, I'm pretty much altruistic. I like to... It pleases me to please other people, so in that sense I'm altruistic, yes. But I don't only please them if it upsets me, so I try and help people because it makes me feel good. But I think it'd be wrong if I didn't say that the other things associated with medicine, such as status and at least the guarantee of an income, a moderate income, I don't think that all doctors earn phenomenal amounts of money, and certainly I think they work very hard for the money they do get.
And they must learn to cope with sick patients, with dying patients, patients with their irritating habits, their alcoholism, drug abuse and insults. And somehow they must keep alive their compassion.
I think that's something that I'm going to have to come to terms with, is the fact that medicine will cut in on my social life and my family life. I think I'm going to fight that a lot, and it's going to take me a while to recognise just where I stand within that, and I don't think I'm yet fully aware of what impact that will make on my life. Sometimes it's like you've got two lives, one medicine and one outside of medicine, and somehow I want to bring those together, and I do want to have a family life that's good and solid. Yeah. So he won't need a recite?
No, I think that was
okay. Oh, yay. Yeah. Yay. One less problem.
Tran Tay Hien spent the first 15 years of his life in Vietnam. When he came to Australia just 3 years ago, he spoke not a single word of English. Now he can match it with the best young minds in the country in their own language.
That was 5 years ago. Now all the hard work has paid off. Today, Hien starts work as an intern.
You have the pain early on, about 6:30. Where do you feel the pain?
In the stomach over here.
High up or lower down?
Just in the middle.
In the middle, right. It's a bad term to start with, a casualty, because you lack the experience. Everything you do, you have to ask everyone else at the first days at work. But after a while, I seem to enjoy it. So, I mean, once you've done a casualty, you're sort of more experienced, and I think you can cope better.
So what's going to happen to that little boy?
Well, I think you have appendicitis. So,
appendicitis?
Yeah. So I get registered down to have a look at him and review. Probably admit him.
It's a long day for you.
Yeah, start from 9.
9 o'clock through till 12 tonight.
That's right.
And then again?
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Been doing that 4 shift like that this week.
4 like that this week?
Yes.
I better let you get on with it.
Okay, see you.
See you.
You think you could sit up at all? Or? No, it's all right. I'll come around that side of it. You need a smoke. No, you can't smoke now.
Gordian, day 1 in accident and emergency. How's everyone coping?
Well, it's very difficult in that it's the first day of a completely new life for these people, and they were med students yesterday, if you will, and now they're expected to be actually quite competent doctors.
We're not a prison here. We can't restrain him either, and we can't force him to see a doctor. If he gets his regular Modicate, then that should keep it in control, and if there's any problem with his schizophrenia being out of control, well, then that may warrant another reassessment.
Gordon O'Neill, Term 1, Day 1, orthopaedic surgery. The patient, yet another motorcycle casualty, with fractured legs needing correction with screws and steel plates.
My father's a doctor. I used to grow up with at the dinner table. I certainly have ambitions. I don't want to be a general practitioner. Where any difficult or hard problem comes along, I've got to hand it over to someone else. I'd like to be the end of the line of something. The last bastion of knowledge for that particular area. That's what appeals to me.
Sue Adams began a nursing career but switched after 18 months to medicine. On her first day, she's starting the late shift in the accident and emergency room, St Vincent's Hospital.
I feel a bit young for the role, I think. I don't feel like I'll be in a decision-making role. I think I'll be in more of a clerical role. In fact, I think I'll definitely avoid decision-making.
Yeah. One blew his head off, 2 jumped off the gap, and the other one died in his sleep. Sounds like fun.
Got here at 5 to 8. Suddenly realised I was supposed to be in the theatre 5 minutes before. Just an emergency theatre case just came up. I didn't know anything about it at all.
The medical knowledge is okay, right? I mean, they know it, but they've got to put it together. It's got to gel. I think the biggest worry is that for them, are they doing it right? Are they missing anything? And that's where we're here. We supervise them quite heavily.
I'll put some more just on the front and a little bit on your arm. I think we'll leave these ones. They're okay now.
They've got to learn about the team approach too, haven't they?
Very much so, and they're fortunate in this department and other teaching hospital departments where there are the people to support them in the initial phases, but as time goes on there mightn't be that many people to do that, and that I think would be very